final startup to be selected for the 2017 SheStarts program is...
It was a bit hard for us to express our passion, and I could tell in the energy of the interaction that it was not coming out, and that's a bit of a disappointment, because if there is something that we are, it is passionate.
They were really responsive to what we said, which was exciting, even when I started to cry and out of excitement.
I did say good morning in the afternoon. That was probably a mistake, but that's all right.
I was tired and not enough sleep, and I was kind of a little bit disappointed in myself, so I don't think I did very well.
This felt different to any other selection process I'd been a part of, or pitch event I'd seen, or judging that I'd done before.
This is a young woman who is saying, my generation, we can't afford to wait to deal with this.
So I just question the actual not-for-profit. The question in my mind still is, how far is she prepared to take this idea?
That to me has a bigger business opportunity
I was just so focused on what is the big global problem.
Affordable housing, communities, connectivity. This is one of the biggest problems in the world that they're fixing.
When we got to that point when there could be only one, I really looked at real opportunities and then concretely as a business versus the founders.
Does a partner stand up and say, well, we'll take it on, we'll help to develop it?
People would have to adopt this in order for it to be successful. I'd be interested in adopting it.
Every time I say yes to picking somebody, I've said no to not picking somebody else. So there's a big responsibility to everybody who didn't make it for us to pick and select well.
The thing that scares me about this is the solution is so simple.
So that's the business model there. Now, they offer that as a service and white labelled.
And ultimately the decision came down to, well, this group of people here were the ones that were best able to articulate the vision and the success and how they would see that success coming forward.
The emotion wasn't about the outcome of that decision. It was about the fact that it was happening. We were about to announce $1 million in funding to 10 incredible companies and start them on their journey.
Now, I don't know, relax, sleep, have a beer, yeah.
I'm not going to do any work tonight. It's certainly not a night off to two little boys at home, but there will be a big glass of wine, definitely. Hopefully some trashy telly.
We are probably going to take a little walk and a nap, because we haven't slept that much over the past couple of weeks. And then we're going to do our nails, put our nice dress and shoes on, and go out to the party.
But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is of course a very, very special evening. Get ready to be inspired.
We can't have a brilliant country or a brilliant future or a brilliant world if we don't have diversity in leadership, if we don't have half of our population engaging in the most exciting part of our economy.
Women make up less than 18% of startup founders globally.
It's a really important time to teach young girls that they can have a future in these really exciting, dynamic industries.
Women are incredibly creative by nature. Inherently, there is no difference in creativity between boys and girls when they start out. We socialise it out of them. You know, we really need to strip some of that away and expose young girls to this, because they have amazingly big ideas and they are passionate about solving problems in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are nearly at the point of announcing who the winners are going to be. The first startup to be selected for the 2017 SheStarts program is...
FarmPay. VetChat.
Really overwhelmed right now.
I think that every single one of us believed that they might be one of the 10 finalists, but once you hear your name, you're like, is it me? Is this true?
It's Refney.
I was actually very surprised, because I didn't think I did it very well. A little bit stunned, I guess.
Honey.
I think it's once we got up to number 7 that I went, oh, we might not get this. And then once it got to the 9th one, I went, okay, It's okay. We just weren't the right fit.
I was sitting next to Lauren from SheStarts, and I really wanted them to get in, and they hadn't been called yet. So I turned to Lauren and said, I hope you guys get it. If it's not us, I hope it's you.
The final startup to be selected for the 2017 SheStarts program is
SharkShare.
I will never forgive Nicola for calling us last.
I was really excited for them, so it was a slow disappointment of, okay, what do we do now? It was bittersweet, and yeah, we're just trying to find the good parts of the decision.
Through the SheStarts whole experience, I got a lot of confidence in myself, but confidence in the idea and talking about it. But I think at the start there was a bit of, I should have said this, could have done this. I guess you just kind of wonder why.
I felt silly and giddy and also a bit overwhelmed going, okay, we've said this is what we're going to do. Now we are really lucky enough to have the opportunity to go out and do it. But that comes with a lot more challenges.
I thought this was the difficult part, but it's actually not. I wanted something, I got it now, what do I do with it? Building a startup is not an easy thing to do.
It means staying here and working on this. There's financial sacrifice, there's time sacrifice.
One of the other teams can't continue with the program. What that means is it's opened up an additional spot in SheStarts. And you were next on the list.